Rarely has mankind hesitated to eradicate the creatures that stand in the path of his conquest. If we find intelligent species, ritual extirpation, undesirable beings, odors from another world, the rest must be destroyed. Is it possible that our dark past might repeat itself? Watch them and pray.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, government agents. The black van that left you alone months ago, but only as of recently began parking in front of your house again. And anyone that might be listening, this is Close Encounters of the Podcast Kind. I'm your host, Tasker, and we have Nick.
If a black van is following you and surveying the outside of your house, you've either done something wrong or you're a targeted individual or a practice individual for gang stalkers, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, both of them are really, really not good. Although the ideal situation is maybe your neighbor just bought a new black van.
Yeah. But see, that's the interesting thing though, man, is maybe they did just buy a new van, but your narrative is not all about that. And you don't, so you're thinking, hey, that's not Bob's new van to drive his 12,000 kids around. No. That's a blackened government van that is using sonic pulses during my sleep to make me dream of Kate Upton.
Oh, I don't think it takes sonic pulses to think of that.
Yes, it does. Have you seen her recently?
Is that your excuse for when a significant other starts to give you some heat?
Yeah. Okay. It's the pulses. It's the pulses.
It's the pulses. Babe, I swear, it's the fucking electromagnetic black van government vehicles beaming this into my head. Yeah, also kind of makes me wonder, like, what else could those beams make you dream about?
I don't like to dream. It's not my goal to dream at night, neither a good dream or a bad dream, because I like to just sleep in peace and wake up feeling like nothing happened. But if I had to dream due to some supersonic energy shit coming from that sketchy black van right on my front yard, then I would probably have to choose. Let me think about this for a second. I don't think I'm attracted to any celebrities.
Well, the dream doesn't necessarily have to be sexual in nature, by the way.
What are you talking about, man?
You can, if you have a laser beam that can control dreams, like, it could be anything.
Okay, fine. If I am forced to choose something non-sexual, then I would choose a dream about perfect, bro. I would have a dream where I was living in the universe of Garfield and Friends, and I'm John's best friend, and I come over to the house all the time and hang out with Garfield.
That actually sounds extremely like plausible dream-like behavior, because that's not bad. I'm very surprised. Nick's been really into Garfield lately. It's been odd. I think I've seen more Garfield memes in like the past 4 days than I think I have in my entire life. So, was the explanation for it? You got a new video game, a Garfield game or something?
That came after, right? So basically, I was into Garfield years ago, long ago. I mean, who wasn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like Garfield. That was one of my favorite comics growing up.
Exactly. And I, for some reason, just kind of caught wind of him again. One of my favorite YouTubers is obsessed with Garfield, and that kind of brought that spark back for me. And of course I got Garfield Kart Furious Racing or whatever. And that's a blast and a half,
start your Twitch streaming career with that, huh? Going pro.
And hey, there is online multiplayer, man. I might be able to rank globally.
You could,
but it's been really fun. Getting into Garfield, sending Garfield memes to Tasker, and kind of just drowning him in Garfield. So I've been having a good time.
Yeah.
Look, Garfield is a saint. All right, I think the reason that he's vibing with me now is because his personality. We thought he was just a funny, sassy cat back in the day because we were kids. We're like, what's wrong with Mondays? You know what I mean? But now as an adult, I fucking hate life and Mondays, and my energy is his energy, and vice versa, dude. And I think that is why, because I just want to sleep. I hate it when dogs bark. Odie's fucking annoying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
John's a prick and a little piss boy. So, I totally vibe with Garfield, and I think that's why I'm back on the wagon. And I encourage others to get back on the Garfield wagon.
Interesting. Now that'd be pretty amazing that if like there's actually a big like resurgence of Garfield and maybe you were right at the forefront of it.
I would love that, man. The game company that made Garfield Kart Furious Racing confirmed that they're going to make 3 more Garfield games. They have the rights to them, so we're going to expect more Garfield games. I don't know what, maybe some open world MMO shit would be sweet.
Oh man. Well, especially because isn't Chris Pratt going to play Garfield coming up soon?
Oh no.
Yeah, so whatever momentum you're getting might get ended abruptly. Let me double check, but I'm pretty dang sure that was announced. Chris Pratt to voice Garfield in the new animated feature. Chris Pratt is going to voice the lasagna-loving, Monday-hating comic strip feline Garfield in a new animated movie, says Hollywood Reporter.
That's so dumb. I'll see it, but I'm gonna hate seeing it. That's so dumb. What is he doing, dude? What is he doing to these directors and these casting agents to get these voice parts that could be given to somebody who really actually fits the bill? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's because people will watch it for his name. They just got to plaster their face because it's the actor that sells it. That's why they're so deified, because just their name. It's like, I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, when his name is on it, like you're like, oh, it's probably going to at least be a halfway decent movie.
Yeah. I mean, a mediocre actor, but I mean, he brings in the money.
Incorrect. He was great. Actually, I just rewatched Shutter Island.
Look, man, if he was such a good actor, how come it took him so long to get an Oscar?
I think it's because less about Leo's, propensity as an actor, but more of that Hollywood's inherently corrupt and like the whole system is stacked against you, and that it really doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It's just, how favorable you are to the industry and how favorable it is for producers for you to win.
How dare you talk about Hollywood that way? Hollywood is fucking beautiful, benign, and full of rich history and culture.
Of course. Yeah. How can I stomp on innocent Hollywood,
Yeah. Nobody in Hollywood has ever done anything wrong.
I see. Is there a basis you're coming from with this?
Yeah, just faith. You know what I mean? Just faith. Pure, unadulterated faith. And speaking of the Avengers, by the way, you brought up the Avengers. I changed my answer to earlier when I was talking about those supersonic fucking things to make me dream. I want to dream about Scarlett Johansson. All right.
Okay. All right. That's what I was going to say. You have so much faith in the Hollywood system, and yet if your neighbor buys a black van, you immediately go to laser beam dream technology, which, by the way, could make a shit ton of money if that was like privatized.
Fucking think about it, man. We could do it, dude. We just need to study the brain.
Yeah, if we can unlock how dreams work, and you could like invent like a sleeping device that like can sort of like send signals so you can dream exactly about what you want to dream about. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'd be really hesitant about anything that like affects like, major organs, but still that's it's kind of a cool idea. But
we can live without our brain. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We don't need it. Oh God, how very American of us. Anyways, we are going to jump into what might be our last horoscope. We tried looking for more websites, and funny enough, they all said different things. It's almost like every website just kind of makes up their own bullshit every day or something like that.
Yeah, it's almost as if a bunch of underpaid freelance writers are writing your horoscopes every single day.
Yeah, it's almost like horoscopes are like not real or something.
Let's not go too far. You know what I mean? Let's not fucking let's not rub salt in the wound all of a sudden with all these remember, dude, we live in a world now where astrology, dude, and I think I looked this up, or I told you guys this the other day. Fucking oh, that's right. I did say this. Remember, I was looking up, okay, can you get a degree in blank? Just something completely random that I thought of.
Yeah.
And then before I could finish it, it says, can you get a degree? And then Google, the first thing in the recommended was astrology. And I was like, this is the pinnacle. This is the peak of our alienation from reality as a people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Tasher, do you think you could get a bachelor's degree in astrology, bro?
That sounds like you could probably get a better education on that just from like some $200, what do you call those websites? Like Gumroad thing. Like, you don't go to college for that.
Dude, how fucking can you imagine the demographic if they did offer that? I can already picture the demographic of people, or should I say women, who would be going to get that degree, dude. It's the same ones who get liberal arts studies degrees, but
Mhm.
just with more hair dye.
It's like, you know how Twitter now they have that thing where if you have an NFT that's registered to you, they'll change your profile picture into like a hexagon shape, so that way it proves that you own it. So basically all that means is now we just know exactly who to block and who to ignore, and just not like, just it was like there was like a video game forever ago where it's like they had like these like special costs like skins or something like that, and the reverse thing happened where if you had it, nobody was like impressed. Everyone just bullied you because you're like, you spent a shit ton of money on something stupid. So, in a way, meaning somebody who has an astrology degree is is a similar, they're fiscally irresponsible. They do not have a grip on reality. That they are very quick to develop like unhealthy coping mechanisms, and and probably dyed hair too.
Yeah. And so, you know what? You go into student debt for what you want to go into student debt for. You know what I mean? But I would disagree with it.
Yeah, and some people out there might be listening. Well, Tasker, you got a career in art. Like you don't have a fucking leg to stand on. Guess what? I'm working, bitch. So I got a job. So
yeah, the best you'll get with a bachelor's in astrology is a job at horoscopes.com as a freelance writer. So.
And at that point, you might as well just learn how to write on your own and just freelance it, and you can do the same thing without the 20K debt.
Yeah, man, classic, dude, classic.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine the idiots that signed up for that? Not because they're like falling for it, but like actual people who are so stupid that they're like, dude, I want to get a bachelor's in astronomy, and then they sign up for bachelor's of astrology and they just have like dyslexia or something. They're like, this doesn't. I'm learning about the stars and planets, but not in the way that I thought I would.
I feel like that if they were really going into astronomy and they couldn't figure out that they were in the wrong major, they don't deserve to be in astronomy.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh boy. So what we can do though for this final horoscope, because we've also not just because of our souring opinions on just astrology in general, but like, I don't know, the bit just kind of feels stale. We feel like we've been doing it for a really long time, and it's like, it's okay. I mean, if you guys have some feedback and if you guys want us to keep it, we can always go back to it. But we ourselves just, we just feel like, maybe there's a better bit we can do, or we could jump right into things. Like, I think it'd be fun if if you look on the page, there's those tabs towards the top that says yesterday, today, tomorrow. What if we do our horoscope of the year of 2022 and see how the rest of the year is going to look for us?
Let's do it.
Cool. All right. You want me to read mine first?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my year horoscope. So we'll see how our podcast does after, and maybe the horoscope we could just do like a yearly one. Maybe it'll be our New Year's tradition where we see how things are going to go. But Scorpio, you get a lot of your trademark confidence from your home planet, aggressive, self-assured Mars. And when it spends time in adventurous fire sign Sagittarius at the start of the new year, you're motivated to go out into the world and seek additional knowledge and adventure that will intensify your sense of self. You approach things more spontaneously than your fixed, introverted sign usually allows, which can work to your advantage in most areas of your life. Transformative Pluto co-rules your sign, and it spends the entire year traveling through ambitious, goal-driven Capricorn again. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. You celebrate your solar return when the sun travels with your sexy sign from late October to late November, giving you the chance to really show what you're capable of. Chances are the people who already know you had a suspicion you were good, but perhaps not this good. Spend your birthday doing something mysterious and secretive just to throw them off. Keeping people guessing is one of your favorite pastimes this year and always.
Damn.
Cool. I skipped a lot of the stuff that I thought was just, it's like Pluto retrograde April. That I just skipped that because I don't care what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know what it means either.
Yeah, so it's looking like horoscopes. It literally just tells us nothing, and I think that's another reason why we're like, why do we do it? It literally doesn't say anything ever.
Yeah, and it's just hard to read all the time because like I trust myself more than the horoscopes.
Yeah, no, totally. Maybe we'll just have like maybe we could just like condense the bit instead of relying on these like ad virus malware ridden websites to just be like, hey, man, how are you feeling today? How are your stars feeling? How do you feel?
Yeah. See, everybody asks what stars, but nobody asks how stars. You know what I mean?
Exactly. At this point too, we should just make since writing horoscopes is just as easy as just making shit up. Like, yeah, I think our horoscopes just written by ourselves will be way better.
Yeah, dude. Be like, dude, your dick's gonna grow 3,000 times its original size today, and you're gonna. There's a harem of monkeys waiting for you, hand and foot, to feed you grapes and fan you with a palm tree leaf. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, that sounds awesome.
Nice. Here's my proposal: is we'll write our own horoscopes, but we write each other's horoscopes.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So we'll read off the website one last time, and then from this point onward, we're gonna write each other's horoscopes. And because we are astrologists here, we are going to what I say for because you're Cancer, so what I say for Nick is a Cancer applies to all Cancers, because why wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then what I say for you as a Scorpio will apply to all Scorpios, and they're gonna be real mad about it too.
Hell yeah, it's very Scorpio of us.
All right, so here's my 2022 Cancer horoscope. People probably ask you a lot why you're so moody, don't they? That's fucking wrong. Because, dude, I never wear my heart on my sleeve. Because you're ruled by the quick-moving emotional moon, your moods go up and down like the tides, which isn't anything to be ashamed of. You're a very intuitive, sensitive soul, Cancer, and paying attention to the moon's rhythmic cycles can help you understand your fluctuating moods. For example, the moon in mid-January is hosted by your sensitive sign, and your home life and domestic issues, emphasize your need for security in these areas. In contrast, no, let me skip. Let me go to the last paragraph. Of course, you also have your solar return to look forward to at some point between the end of June and the end of July, which is the ideal time to practice some self-nurturing. Like a lot of crabs, you might get your sense of self from taking care of others, but now is the time to take care of yourself. Celebrate your special day by getting treated and pampered in style. Having a spa day or relaxing at home with family, of course, would be perfect way to welcome another year on this planet.
So it just says, restating your introversion and be nicer to Kiwi.
Yeah, all wrong.
See, we could do so much better, and I feel like we're just as budding astrologists, we should maybe that's something we could even we could make our own website and then have people pay us $3 a month for just shitty handwritten. Although then we'd have to write it every single day. That'd be a pain.
Yeah, dude. At that point, that's like nah.
Yeah, hard pass. Unless we could develop like an AI, like a Python script that just like spits at, like we just like feed it a bunch of like horoscopes, and then it'll just spit out like a randomized chain of letters for everybody.
Make sure it has some positive affirmations and
yeah. I mean, if I can figure that out, that would be sounds like easy money to me.
Let's hit money.
Yeah. Speaking of easy money, we're talking about alien religion today, huh?
Alien religion, my friend. The alien religion. All right.
The alien religion, huh? So we have not covered anything like this. It does feel good to get back to like kind of our podcast namesake. I feel like we have not done anything remotely like this in a really long time.
Hey, that's okay, man. Life's been biting us in the ass, but we're back, and we're going to be doing some alien stuff today. I'm really looking forward to this. So, and I hope you guys read the title, man. You know what this is about. Half of yous out there probably haven't even heard of the Cosmic Law of One.
I know I haven't. I just know the Galactic Federation of Light and how we're never going to get in. And some people worshiping Draconians, which are reptilians. And the whole Pleiadian thing with the lady who's trying to sell books.
Right. And now, look, if what we talk about today is taken into consideration by many people, and maybe people start practicing the Cosmic Law of One, it would greatly increase our chances of getting into the Galactic Federation if enough people follow it. Okay.
Is that so?
Yes.
Now, I'm assuming we're going to get into this more, but my first initial question is the Cosmic Law of One. Is that something that started here on the planet Earth, or did we get that from somewhere else?
So this isn't something that we follow on Earth. This is what I mean. Okay. So what I mean by an alien religion is this is a religion, a spiritual belief system that aliens follow. A lot of aliens follow. It is a universal belief system. So it's not something that we on Earth here believe yet, but you'll come to see that many alien races follow this belief system. And so it's like it's like, think of like Christianity, but not, and also as universe wide.
But how do we know it if we've never had contact with aliens?
We have had, Tasker, after 2 years on this podcast, and you have to bring that up.
Well, I mean, it seems like such a common knowledge thing. Like, you know, if we're covering if we're covering up the fact that we've met aliens before, how would we know this? Like, did it just leak out or something?
No, I mean, we know which alien race created the cosmic law of one. I have it, and I have the information.
All right. Well, before I get, like, as you can tell, I'm already a little uppity about this. So let me hear what you have to say. I'll put my listening ears on, and we'll see. You try to convince me about this.
Okay. So for my brief intro, just real quick, I want everybody to know that this is a notebooks out episode. It's been a while. Okay. Dust off those notebooks, grab a pen, because this is shit you have to know if you want to be, proficient in alien knowledge.
Yeah, winter break is over.
Yeah. Break's over. All right. Professor's back in town. Let's fucking do this.
So yeah, then of course I'm trying to get my head around the idea that this wasn't just made up by some sweaty dude, like, you know, fiction author whose work started to be taken as nonfiction.
No, that is not the case. We know which alien race created it. We will talk about that. Okay. Now, just so you guys know, pretty much all the information we're going to be talking about today, because I will be reading directly from it, is from a book called The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac by Craig Campobasso. Yeah, that Italian guy. All right.
Yeah.
And also, fun fact, this book was published by MUFON. Do you see?
Oh, no way.
It's hard to see. It's at the bottom there, but it's published by MUFON.
Yep, which, if you don't know, is the Mutual UFO Network.
Yes. So I put a lot of stock in it. So put on your holiest of robes, look up to the stars above, and praise whatever alien being is up there smiling down upon you, because we're diving right in.
Oh, jeez. Is this like are you like just Mormoning us right now, knocking on our front door? Hey, have you heard the good word of the cosmic law of one?
Essentially, yes. I'm going to be doing a lot of preaching today.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only thing you're missing is the white button up and tie.
Oh, I got that on deck. I'm ready to go just in case people start getting uppity. You know what I mean?
I see. Kind of like me.
Yeah. And look, guys, if I'm yelling, I apologize. I'm not feeling super well and I can't hear myself. So if I'm like yelling, that's why. Okay. I'm not intentionally screaming into the microphone.
This isn't like a like a Nazi Germany raving, like what do you call those? Speech?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have used a Nazi thing, but you know,
that's just what they were known for.
I love flipping your shit. So like when you say something like that makes sense, I just love making it seem like you're a dick. That's like my favorite.
Fucking dickweed. Yeah, get back to reading your goddamn UFO Bible.
All right, so here's the first thing that we need to talk about. All right, and that is the concept of the cosmic law of one. All right, this is a big concept for big brain individuals. All right. So what exactly is it? Now, this seems to be, according to Craig Campobasso, a universal spirituality that a lot of other beings adhere to in our universe. All right. Civilizations upon civilizations of different alien races follow the cosmic law of one. It's, as I explain it here in a minute, you'll see that it is a belief system, not necessarily a religion. It's a belief system of like universal laws, kind of, but in a spiritual manner. You'll see.
Okay. Weirdly enough, this kind of actually sounds like Satanism a little bit.
Kind of like Satanism, which is still pretty cool, but also like we need to transcend Satanism in order to get into the Galactic Federation.
I see.
Like,
so
it's a good step in the right direction.
So, okay, that's kind of neat, where it's like Satanism is we're making strides towards something a little bit more like beyond our planet, but we're not quite there because we're still very tethered to our humanity.
Yes. Yeah. And Satanism is a lot about the individual, which is totally fine. But when it comes to getting into the Galactic Federation, we need to think about others.
I see. You want to think about this so far?
What? Nice. Good. Fart jokes. 2 years in and we're doing fart jokes now.
I mean, there was just no better way to express how I feel.
All right. Well, we haven't even read it yet, bro. Like, you don't even know. This might click with you on a level that you've never experienced before. This might change your life today.
Yeah, and watch, like, we make our first public appearance ever, and I got like this robe on and stuff, and little like followers because I've become a messiah in this new religion.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Or you're doing your part to get us into the Galactic Federation. That's how I would look at it.
Maybe. I don't know. See, okay, maybe if it ended up being super profitable, yeah, maybe.
You are a Ferengi, dude. You are just fucking a Ferengi. Like, that literally, when Ferengis die, they go to a place called the what's it called? The Great Treasury. Mm-hmm. They're all about profit, dude. Like, what is wrong with you?
What is a Ferengi?
From Star Trek, the Quarks race from Deep Space Nine with the big ears and they look like goblins. They're like they're space Jews. Oh, wow. It's very, very anti-Semitic.
Wait, are you saying so then they die? They just their afterlife is a treasury? Where
yes.
They just have infinite, just money.
Yes.
That's quite anti-Semitic, but also it's pretty fucking. That's
here, I'll show you a picture of what a Ferengi looks like, and so it's not just the concept that makes it anti-Semitic in their belief system. It's also people, people who make like anti-Semitic drawings of Jewish individuals, kind of, in a very racist manner.
Right. Oh dear. Yeah, they definitely look more like goblin-y though.
Yeah.
So it's not like a full blown like dig, but yeah, I see the connections.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what that reminded me of because you're just thinking of profit, and all they think about is profit.
Profit for the profit.
Okay, so let's get into the cosmic law of one. From here on out, until you hear my fun voice again, I'm going to be reading directly from this book because it is our source material for today.
Wow.
Okay. So this is Appendix B, Cosmic Law. When God spoke the covenant to Moses, delivering the 10 Commandments, those moral laws were intended for mortals. The cosmic law of one is written for fully conscious beings, created beings, angels of all classes, etc. They are the laws of harmony, the inherent laws of nature, the inclusion law of all, of creational imaging, of equality, of intelligence throughout the body of creation. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's just the introductory paragraph to get you guys fucking all lubed up.
Right.
The cosmic law of one. These laws are designed to align lives to the universal frequency of harmony. That is the key here, okay? By making these changes in our lives, we can attune to that frequency that the fucking Galactic Federation is looking for in its beings, right?
So in a way, Cosmic Law 1 is like our instruction book to getting on the right vibration thing, right?
Right.
Okay.
But once you're on that path, you have to stay on that path. It's a belief system. So all the alien species I'm going to talk about today are still on that path, and they've been confirmed as following the Cosmic Law of one. Okay.
So far this is sounding almost like a kind of like a mixture of like with like Satanism with like the laws and the rules and like, the sense of the self, but also with a little bit of what is it? Kind of like, trying to get nirvana, trying to get your full enlightenment, trying to get like a full understanding of everything around you, maybe.
Yeah, exactly, but on a total universal scale. Like, so you have to keep our three-dimensional preconceptions about the world around us at bay and think about everything going on outside of our dimension. And then use all these as a standard for how we relate to that.
Now, does it say anything about decalcifying your third eye and shit? Because it sounds like, that's going hand in hand.
Well, you're not wrong. It doesn't say anything about that, but again, that's fucking basic science. That's something that everybody should be doing.
That's something that you should have done your homework on before you started reading this, huh?
Yeah. I mean, we learn about that in like 5th grade biology. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, so there are 9 laws, and I will go over them right now. 1, law of unity. Everything is interconnected. When you are at one with yourself, you are at one with everyone. There is no separation. Now, people might think, hey, I'll be like, Tasker, we're interconnected, right? What I feel,
Mhm.
you feel, and what you feel, I feel. But that's like small potatoes, dude. Like, we have to think about what I feel is what a fucking Liren is feeling in like light years away. You know what I mean? Like, and vice versa. Like, we have to think
Oh.
about it on a universal scale.
So is this like a hive mind kind of deal?
We all still have autonomy. So, but it's like a we're interconnected in a spiritual manner that we should be. So we should respect everybody and everything because we are all interconnected. And if we disrespect it or them, we're basically disrespecting ourselves. But we can still make our own choices. So I wouldn't say it's like a hive mind, but it's spiritually pretty close.
Okay, so it's more of a so there's still free will involved, but there's a sort of a spiritual understanding, but like in a more definite, like you're not just like guess. It's not like that fucking like I'm like an empath, so like I can tell when you're kind of upset, like that kind of like gaslighting bullshit. But it's something where it's like a tangible spiritual understanding of just their mood or emotions, or something more intricate.
On a level of being, like so the way that I'll put it is so some religions on earth find cows to be sacred, right?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that I think that's the best way to put it is we have to find everybody else and everything else sacred and respect it, you know? So it's not necessarily how we know how they feel thing. It's like a let's make it so we know how they feel. Like
Okay.
and like, by the way, if anybody ever tells you I'm an empath, tell them to shut the fuck up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell them, no, you can just fucking read my emotions because we're humans.
Yeah, people who say that are the people that have never, like, you know, I've never been poor or have never had to really struggle beyond, you know, school drama.
Yeah. We all have mirror neurons, all right? We know how to fucking reflect off other people.
God.
All right. Law 2 is the law of vibration. Okay, this is an important one. Tuning the spiritual body to vibrate at a high frequency enriches life. Now, what has Nick been saying for 2 years about your vibrations, man? You need to rise that shit up.
You've been saying for a while they've been off. They've been a little wonky. Which now, how would I go about doing that?
First of all, by accepting all the stuff I'm telling you, all the stuff I have been telling you.
Okay.
Stop putting blocks up, mental blocks, emotional blocks, spiritual blocks up, and also by following the cosmic law of one.
I see. So you're telling me the first step to getting my vibration up is to agree with everything you say.
Yes.
That's extremely cult-like.
No, I honestly, look, if you want to look at it that way, feel free. But I'm just trying to help you out. Okay.
All right. We'll go under the assumption that you are in fact trying to help me out. So, okay.
Okay, good. So remember, vibration, that's key. I've been stressing that for a long time.
Right.
Third, law of manifestation, using your frequency to manifest your hopes, dreams, and desires. So once you reach a high enough level of frequency, you can start manifesting things in life. Okay, it's a lot like the concept of magic, witchcraft, manifestation, and manifest your intent. So when your vibrations are higher, you will be more successful in manifesting your intent.
Okay, so this seems to be more catered towards people who want to dabble in like magical stuff.
No, I mean on Earth, yes, but
okay.
If we're thinking universally, this is just to us getting closer to the vibration, the ideal vibration of the universe that allows for the manifestation of intent for all beings.
So the magic part isn't necessarily the like, oh, this is for magic. It's if you are a magical practitioner, by following this like rule set of vibration increasing, it's not the entire purpose of it isn't for magical intent, but by increasing your vibration, you could have higher magical potential, and that's just kind of like a happy side effect that comes with it.
Right, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that, you're getting it, bro. Proud of you.
Yeah.
I can feel your vibration rising.
Because I'm agreeing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're agreeing and you're extrapolating. You're fucking thinking about it, man.
Yeah, I still and something too I wanted to point out, I gotta say it before I forget it, is there comes the idea of like, what is a vibration and stuff like that. Now, I wanted to ask you, now cats, when they purr, that's known for when they're in a good mood and they're content. But there've also been studies and talk about how purring actually has restorative effects, because as this sort of like a rumble, like something about like the frequency like helps them to recover when they're sick, or it helps them to heal when they're hurt. Like there's something about purring that like, obviously they get their leg cut off, it's not going to make it come back. It's more of a like, like you would put Neosporin on a cut. Like, yeah, it's not going to make it heal like that second, but the healing process just goes a little bit smoother,
Let's say Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he ate too much lasagna and his stomach ruptured. Okay.
Yes.
If he started purring all the time, and if that's what the studies are saying, then sure, I could see that. And you're making a good connection between the healing properties of physical vibrations that we make with, physical properties.
Right.
And maybe there's something to be said about the non-physical vibrations of the universe being more enlightening and healing, spiritually healing in that sense.
Okay. So when we talk about vibrations, at least in the context of this episode, there's not really a whole lot of a physical wavering of our tangible physical self, but more of like a vibration as in like a spiritual acceptance and a sort of level of enlightenment and a level of like openness to the powers that be that are greater than us.
Yes, it's like in the middle. There's a metaphysical vibration that secretes from your pineal gland. Okay, everybody has one. And that is what we need to attune to the universe's frequency. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's metaphysical. So our pineal gland is not just in there fucking moving around making vibrations, but it's something that secretes out of it.
So thank God we were built with the compiler that understands the code of the infinite universe, huh?
That's the mystery of the human mind, my friend.
Ain't it though? And you're fucking lucky that brain science and like our understanding of the brain is so like little known that for now we can get away with this.
Yeah, exactly. See, look, man, I'm taking a brain and behavior course right now. They haven't said shit about disproving it, but they haven't said anything about proving it either. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's a big old shrug.
Okay, 4, law of cause and effect. The energy / frequency you put out into the energy / frequency. You put out is the energy / frequency that you get back, which is, by the way, something that witches and magic practitioners have come very close to is this same principle. Basically saying it's like karma, right? Energy that you put out into the universe will come back, whether that's good energy or if it's bad energy. If my intent and my will is to harm somebody, then I will be harmed by the universe in turn. That same energy will come back. It is reciprocal. Okay. So always remember that. That's why a big thing for hitting that spiritual enlightenment is to only put out good energy into the universe, my dude. Only good vibrations.
I see. Now, is that like a balanced act, or is it sort of like, there's an arbitrariness to it where it's like you could put out a whole lot of bad and only get some of it back or more of it back possibly?
In this, it seems like it's a balancing act.
Okay.
In some belief systems on Earth, like Wicca, for example, there's the idea of threefold, where you put energy out into the universe and it comes back to you 3 times as strong. So not necessarily a balance, but it'll come back to you. So if I do something really good and I have these good vibes out in the universe, some shit's going to happen to me that's 3 times as good, right? Or I'm going to get that energy.
I see.
But if I do like a black magic spell to get somebody to break their leg, I might fucking die the next day. You know what I mean? Because that's like 3 times as worse. So
I see. And that goes back into like how we talked about like the dangers of like black magic or magic with malicious intent, is because if this threefold rule is true and say you cast a spell to say, I don't know, turn your crush into like your sex slave or something like that, like you'll probably get something like far worse coming your way, right?
Yeah, you'll be turned into like a fleshlight for a minotaur or something. Yeah,
and maybe not now, but possibly in in the afterlife.
It'll get you. It'll get you at some point. So that's Wicca. This one seems to be more even. So it seems like it'll come back at the same energy level.
Okay. And now we're kind of hitting into that religious afterlife discussion point, which is good because like nobody knows what happens when you die. All we know is the weird, like cracked out, like hallucinations we get from when you technically die, but then get resuscitated. That's pretty much all we have to go off of. And I would call that unreliable.
Unreliable, full of drugs, and in a space between life and death. Hard to call it the truth, you know?
Yeah, I'd say it's more closer to like a limbo than actual afterlife.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5, law of mental clarity, connecting to source daily for mental clarity. Now, source here is capitalized.
Okay.
I think we're going to learn more about that, but I imagine that the source is something similar to a metaphysical plane or area of origin for our universal energy.
Okay, so the source as a like it's kind of like it's like heaven kind of, but like more of a like a core. The best way I can explain it is like the paths from Attack on Titan, like the core of it all.
Wouldn't be able to tell you, bro. I don't watch shitty animes. All right, I don't know.
Actually, really brief side note. Speaking of shitty anime, did you hear about there was like that huge, really important like not press conference, but conference in Italy with like top level like officials and like big people and like the big wigs in the Italian government. And one of the people who work for it, the correspondents, had posted the Zoom login information, and somebody got in front of like some of the most like, dignified Italian government leaders, a brief 45-second clip of a very hardcore 3D porn of the character Tifa from Final Fantasy just getting pummeled with dick.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Everyone's been calling her the new Tifa is now Italy's Miss Italy 2022.
Oh, good God, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, you were saying.
Well, as far as the source goes, I'm not 100% sure if it's a location in the way that we would think about a location, or if it's more of a deity type omniscient thing. Hopefully we'll learn more about it.
Got it.
Number 6, law of spiritual development, connecting to source daily to design your spiritual path towards divinity.
So whatever the source is, we got to keep in touch.
Apparently got to keep in touch with it, and apparently you can become divine.
Interesting. So now we're kind of dancing around the idea of like ascension and becoming something greater than our physical selves, or just something greater than just human.
I think we need to become something greater than our physical selves. I think a lot of people are stuck in their physical bodies because that's what they know. That's what they're taught in school. But there's definitely more out there for our consciousness. You know what I mean? For our spirit, our soul.
Interesting. So this is okay. I follow.
But we cannot discount the importance of our physical vessels, because number 7 is law of physical health: eat right, exercise, and laugh.
Aw.
Number 8, law of social interaction. Now, this is going to be a tough one for some of us.
Uh-oh.
Maintaining close relationships with family, friends, and making new friends does the heart good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just like, sometimes, it's good when you can.
Yeah, it's hard to hear it's hard to hear from me. I fucking refuse. So I might not make it to the cosmic law of one. There are very few people on this earth who I maintain a relationship with, because we all got our own shit going on, but also like it takes energy to maintain relationships with people. And there's very few people on this planet that I find, now this is going to sound kind of cold, this is going to sound rude, but that I find the energy worth it for. Right.
There's also a lot of just perspective of, adulthood that comes with it, because we grew up with in highly socialized environments, and I think that's another point of why a lot of people in adulthood tend to lean towards introversion is one, because we're just getting older and tired, and two, because here we grew up in these like extreme, like, schools. We're surrounded by thousands of our peers, people in our same age group, some people that we can relate to, and we've been in those kind of environments our entire lives, from like 6 years old, 5 years old, to whenever you graduate college. So like some people, it's like until they're mid to late 20s, and then suddenly you're thrust into this world where that entire community and that entire just being submerged in like socialization is just gone. And for some people that's a really tough change, and it's one that kind of maybe most of us can't quite recover from.
Yeah, and also things that happen along the way too. I think that a big reason that more and more people are introverted as they grow up nowadays is I think there's a lack of trust a lot with other people.
Ooh, especially nowadays, dude. Especially in America, man. It is where we have a cut right down the middle between both like conservatives and liberals, and it's like, yeah, no, it's I've never seen so much. I mean, from my small span of being alive, this is like the most distrusting I think humanity's ever been of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'd much rather stay inside, and even for some people who we might label as introverted, maybe they're extroverted by nature, but they're like, but I still don't want to trust people, and I'd rather just stay inside, but it's kind of killing them. Like, I'm sure that happened to a lot of people during COVID. Anyway, look, the point is, guys, hang out with your friends and family and maintain relationships with them if you want to make it into the fucking Galactic Federation, okay?
Yeah, it's a step forward to true enlightenment, and if you're not into that, well, you gotta suck it up, and time to drop the beta card and take your steps forward into the universe.
That's right, man. Remember, there's something much bigger out there waiting for you. Don't worry about what Aunt fucking Rosie did last Thanksgiving when she called you and your domestic partner fucking gay. You know what I mean? There's bigger things out there. Don't let it get to you.
Oh, dude, I bet so many people relate to that. Anyways, you were saying.
Okay, number 9, law of compensation. Working towards personal goals and achieving the end result, no matter how challenging the path might be. So it's basically like work hard, figure out your goal, do smart goals, do ones that are attainable, and then move on to the next one to reach your ultimate goal here on Earth. But it seems like every race abides by this, based off their own experiences.
Yeah. So this is just, so far, just feels kind of like a pretty just solid self-help book of like, hey, like stay in contact with people, socialize because we need it, but also too take care of your body, take care of your health, make sure you're talking with people, make sure you're being, because if you can't be open with your own species, how can you be open with anything else?
Right. If you're not even willing to hang out with your grandma every once in a while, what makes you think you're going to hang out with a Pleiadian and go out of your way to do so?
True. It's probably harder to hang out with the Pleiadian.
Yeah. Think about the effort, the spiritual effort and energy that goes into that, man.
Yeah. It's tough. So.
They're talkers, dude.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay. Now there's something here called the contrary cosmic law of one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it says this was written for the fallen angels and for races and individuals who disobey the natural laws and have branched away from their divinity and now covet service to self. When these laws are broken, there is a trial, and those sentenced are incarcerated on one of the 7 prison planets, dependent of the severity of the crime, in the Ghost Galaxy located in the Satania system.
Ghost Galaxy. That sounds badass.
Sounds badass, dude. For heinous crimes without remorse, a lengthy period of time is designated for redemption discovery. If redemption is sought, rehabilitation follows. If remorse is never found in their hearts, a new trial will determine the soul's fate. Either they will live out their days on a prison world or be sentenced to soul death. Now,
what is that?
I don't know. It sounds bad though. It sounds real because, like, I think essentially what happens is every species on this earth, in this universe, dies naturally.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But there's something, and I think this relates back to number 1, law of unity, where everything is related, and that's perhaps on a consciousness level or soul level. And I think so. Even if we die, we're still connected into this giant universal web of souls.
But they can revoke that if you do something they don't like.
And then you're just completely eliminated from any kind of existence, physical or metaphysical.
So there's religious persecution surrounding it, which could, probably have some, villainous intent involved, huh?
So it looks like what happens are beings who don't follow the cosmic law of one. That's what happens.
So it's not. So you don't really have a choice. You have to. So it's just what Christianity just got forced into everybody's homes and stuff like that. It's literally the same thing.
That's what it's looking like, because in the book there with many different this whole book is filled with alien species and information about them. In the belief system section, generally what you would see is either they follow the cosmic law of one, and it gives details as to how they do so, which I will show you in a little bit, or with some of the more nefarious races, like some different gray races and reptilian races, they follow the service to the self, which is what this one's talking about. And that means that they're prime candidates and probably hunted by people who follow the cosmic law of one, and the Galactic Federation probably isn't happy with them.
So what if you just don't believe in it? Like, what if you just don't follow it at all? Do you just get thrown into soul death, or are they just ignore you? You're just not worth their time.
I'm not sure. It looks like you would go to the prison planet first, and then if you don't have remorse, then they conduct soul death on you.
That sounds horrible. And also, why haven't they done that to us then?
Maybe we're too primitive. Maybe they don't think we understand quite yet. I think it might be for the ones, the beings whose consciousness and vibrations are high enough to follow these rules, but don't.
I see. So it's a slippery slope. So it's one of those. So that's the cost of ascension, is now you have to abide by ascended rules.
Right. Because I think the people who are proponents of this, once you hit a certain level, they think you have a certain responsibility.
I see. Okay. That makes a way. I see. So that's like if we were talking to a chimpanzee about oh, hey man, why aren't you following the basic laws of Judaism? There's kind of what's the point? You're not really going to get anywhere. And that's how they see us with this.
Yeah. And you can't, exactly. You can't punish the chimp for not knowing who Moses is, so they can't punish us for doing this,
I see. And it's against their better interest to punish us for it. Cause then also too, then there's that implication of, are they really killing us or soul deathing us in the name of their religion, or are they doing it because they're just fuck these guys, they're dumb and stuff like that, and maybe that might be a bad mark on them?
I think it's more of there's potential, because I think they look at everything in a benevolent view, even though it seems very rigid and dogmatic. I think that they are looking at it at us with benevolence, because what they're saying is, look, these guys are basically monkeys. They are not sure how to reach this vibration to even start practicing the cosmic law of one efficiently. Yeah. But there's almost 8 billion people on that planet. Maybe if we were to kill all of them for not following it, maybe we're missing out on billions who would follow it and join our cause. You know what I mean? So lost potential.
Okay, but still, this sounds like a really brutal religion that has very little room for, it sounds very forced. It sounds very it's not a unity. It's a become one with us or become against us.
Right. Only Sith steal an absolute, but you're right.
So yeah, it's just Sith.
Yeah, which is fine, bro. Whatever, man. Look, if I can have the cool powers that come with ascension, I'll do it. I'll act however you want. Plus, look, morals is a whole philosophical debate on its own. But if something is forcing you to act morally, I'd rather follow that than have to follow something that makes me act immorally.
Okay, so this is a lot scarier than I expected it to be.
It's dense, man. It's spooky.
Okay.
Now, there are 12 contrary cosmic law of one. Basically, here's some of the laws of what you shouldn't do. Okay, so now we know what we should do.
Okay.
Now we're going to learn about the what we shan't do. And yes, he wrote it in the thou shall not formatting. Okay.
Got it. So also just really quick before we get into this. So you can be a purposefully bad practitioner of this religion, like i.e. Greys and stuff like that, where you follow it, but you do it for your own needs, or you just not give a shit about the religion at all. And that not giving a shit is what makes you into this sector.
The latter. They completely rejected and acted their own self-service.
I see. Okay. So it's not like a dark side, light side force. It's all just the light side.
Right. It's all just the light side, or you don't acknowledge it at all.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of go through these a little faster because we still have to talk about some alien species in particular.
Okay.
So, but there are 13 or 12 of them. Okay. Thou shalt not kill, for you kill a part of yourself, for every being carries the blueprint of the primordial atom. So you're like killing yourself because it goes with that against that law of unity, right? We're all shared on some level.
Okay. And that doesn't mean just other of your own species. It's just you shouldn't kill like anything, like even like bugs and stuff.
I guess, man, like bugs and like technically, I think it like you can't even be a vegan because you're killing something. So you're supposed to eat rocks.
Yeah, so you just die and starve to death. This sounds like a really dumb religion.
Hey, man, we just need to get to the point where we don't have to eat. You know what I mean?
I see. So that's the point, is that when you're ascended, you just pull energy from the world around you, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, God. All right. Well, you're kind of losing me here, but let's go forward.
Thou shalt not enslave, imprison, kidnap, or hold anyone hostage, which is...
that's half of the religion is imprisoning and killing people.
Yeah, but just do the right thing and you're fine. You know what I mean? It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not mentally or physically harm or torture another.
Which they do anyways, because you get incarcerated in like a maximum ghost galaxy. So it's literally don't do all these things unless they disagree with us, in which case you have an obligation to. It's extremely cult-like, extremely Nazi Germany.
Again, second time you brought up Nazis, I'm a little concerned about you.
I think I'm a little bit more concerned that I've had to bring it up twice.
Thou shalt not sexually violate another.
Yeah, that's a good law.
Thou shalt not psychically attack another.
Also, probably a good idea.
Thou shalt not invade the private thoughts of another.
Yeah, if you can. I mean, it's if you can, should you? You know,
right. Thou shalt not hinder the free will of another and their right to choose.
Okay, these are just sounding like the unforgivable curses from Harry Potter.
I am unaware of that reference, and I will take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not create life forms from genetic materials of your own or another's race, unless sanctioned by the angelic corp. I
see. Always exceptions, huh?
Hey, man. What are rules without bends?
Mm-hmm. And a group that controls everything, like the elite.
Yeah. Thou shalt not abduct cosmic citizens against their will to perform medical tests or to extract genetic materials.
Eek.
Thou shalt not alter the biological chemistry of another without their consent.
Okay. Consent is important.
Thou shalt not remove or lock the ascension chakras of another, which is fucked. I imagine that there are some beings out there who have the ability to lock our chakras.
Oh, shit.
So we are unable to even get close to ascension.
Yeah, but if they disagree with us, though, we can just soul death them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Oh, God.
Thou shalt not interfere in an individual's or race's evolution and impede their right to ascend. That is just the prime directive from Star Trek.
Yep. It's almost like this is written by somebody into that.
Look, are you already saying that this is fake, bro? We haven't even talked about the races yet.
This sounds like what you give to like the goth chick that you conned into coming to your apartment for seances, and then you break this out and convince them, so now they have to do everything you tell them to.
Don't give me ideas.
Well, that's the whole point of this, is to give you ideas like that, because it was written by some sweaty, lonely man who is just, trying to get some poon.
Craig Campobasso is a well-respected alien writer, okay?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Author. Craig Campobasso. I found his Twitter. He is a casting director for film and TV. So he's had plenty of reasons to be around big sci-fi, projects.
There's more genres out there than sci-fi. What if he's like a fucking sitcom person?
He's an acting instructor and a speaker.
There you go. Trustworthy. Now, let's talk about dark undermonic laws. Okay, now these are laws that would be considered service to self.
Yeah. By the way, I should point out that his website, which is in fact designed by Wix, the first and foremost and most clear thing is his number to call him for casting director work. So whatever he's done for the UFO community yet, it has not been profitable.
That just goes to show you, man. This isn't a money project. This is a passion project, brother.
Of course,
he gets his money from the casting couches. All right. The laws of service to self, to gain power, technology, and material wealth. They defile all that is good and righteous and mock the cosmic law of one. These undermonic laws are the opposite of the harmonic laws. They are the laws of defilement of God, deceit, divide, and conquer, robbing younger civilizations of their genetic materials, aka us getting fucking probed by the Greys, creating aggressive hybrid races for nefarious purposes, energy siphoning, hate, indulgence, perpetual sin, self-gratification at others' expense, and vengeance.
Damn.
Okay.
Sounds all noble and all, but
so everything I just described there with these undermonic laws are what most gray races and most reptilian races follow and do.
I'm also curious too about so with soul death, like, so just being completely cut off from everything else, like, does that mean when you die you just fade into the ether and to just complete nothingness?
Nothingness, no consciousness, no soul, no spirit, no unity with the rest of the universe. You're just boom, gone.
So you'll still be fine. You could still, go back to whatever your own devices and shit like that. Now, can you get that soul back?
No. Soul death is so they'll kill you, your physical body, and then they'll kill your soul.
Oh, so you when you get soul death, it's over. You cease to exist, and your soul, spirit, energy, anything you've ever put out is gone.
Yep.
Yep. I feel like that would take some kind of technology. So it's almost like, a whole religion is based off of a threat.
I don't know if it's technology. I think it takes very, very powerful psychic abilities to do that.
Yeah, like I said, you're kind of losing me here, but okay.
Okay, well, in this case, let's move. Okay, that's the basics of the cosmic law of one and the opposite, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about alien races. Now, we're going to be talking about different alien races that follow the cosmic law of one to a T, and so we can kind of get behind them a little bit. And that's going to be the last part of this episode.
Okay.
I've picked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 races, but just know that there are a lot in this book who follow the cosmic law of one. This is just some that I've chosen. Some, like the first one we're going to cover, I chose them for a reason. You'll see. But there are a bunch of them. Just know that.
Okay, I see. So we're just going to do the greatest hits.
The greatest hits, if you will. Okay, the first one are the Celestials. Okay. Celestials are devotional beings to the creation and its creatures. Celestials are the overseers of the cosmic law of one. They work from behind the veil of the celestial curtain. So
do they glow?
Let's see. Physical characteristics. Celestials are able to choose any bodily form from their past incarnations, or a combination thereof from the physical or astral realms. They are inwardly beautiful and exceptionally good looking in this rarefied state. Celestial garments are made from ultra-dimensional fabrics depicting scenes from... I'm sorry. Scenes from the cosmos, stars, suns, moons, galaxies, nebulas, planets. A celestial fragrance emanates from their presence. So
they can glow.
It seems they can, because it looks like they can use astral realm shapes in their appearance.
I see, but it's kind of up to their discretion on whether they do or not. Okay. I just if you have a name like Celestials, I just imagine you would glow.
So what I'm looking at here, here's a celestial male. It looks like a fucking like a police sketch drawing of like a
Yeah,
rapist
I
or
was gonna
something.
say, or some like second year like art students like life drawing sketch.
Okay, dimensional capacity. Being creators in the multidimensional realms, Celestials continue their evolutionary journey, ultimately ascending into the paradise spheres, worlds that are beyond sublime, beyond human description. Looking back on their lineage, for instance, if it was on Earth, an ascended Celestial might oversee their bloodline and share enlightenment through the dream state of visitation or from behind the veil. Some Celestials are created beings. They work in unison with ascended Celestials.
Interesting. So they have, you said created beings, right?
Yes.
So they can create more of them, which directly goes against one of the laws of the one religion, one true, whatever.
Hey, man, when you're the overseers of the cosmic law of one, I think you can get away with just about anything, all right?
Again, with the exceptions to the elite. That's sketchy.
Don't let your Catholic biases ruin your chances of ascension.
It's just it's nice to know that even extra dimensional religions are just as fucking flawed as the ones we have here on Earth.
Hey, man, whatever. All right. Next up, we have human Syrians. Okay, because there are different species that live in the Syrian constellations.
Right.
Humans' belief system. Human Syrians follow the cosmic law of one. They are conscious of their higher self, of transcendental reality, of the oneness of all creation. They are aware that our true state is love, peace, light, and harmony. Some star nations call them blissful spiritual warriors. They align to the universal spirit for spiritual sustenance, mind expansion, energy, and inspiration.
Huh. Sounds like nerds.
Hey, man, Syrians are awesome. They're just humanoids. They're beautiful humanoids. Look.
Let me see.
Looks like Captain Kirk with brown hair.
If I saw that dude standing across the street, I'd probably run.
Yeah. He
looks intimidating. Yeah, those buggy eyes.
Let's see, what do we got here? I think it's important to also learn about their dimensional capacity, so I'll read that. Okay. Human Syrians have multi-realm commandership. They are able to reassemble their physical bodies or any matter from one location to another through a molecular stimulation of light codes. They can sweep an entire civilization from one location to another.
Oh, it's like fiber optics.
Like or like a transporter from Star Trek. You're just basically breaking down molecules to their smallest fucking stage and then putting them somewhere else and reassembling them automatically.
Oh, so they can teleport. That's kind of what we're getting from this.
Yeah, it's badass.
Pretty cool, I guess.
Okay, so they follow, right? Don't you guys want to be cool? Follow the cosmic law of one. You guys can be like human Syrians.
Cool. A lot of big promises. Sure.
Okay, next up, we have lion felines. Okay. We are now kind of talking about some anthropomorphic animal aliens that are out there.
Dangerous territory, huh?
Look, if you're going to make a furry, look, they're not furries. Okay. These are ascended beings. They're not degenerates shitting in diapers and eating them. Okay.
Okay. Important distinction.
I have to point it out.
Okay. All right.
Belief system. Feline lions believe in the cosmic law of one. They believe that every being across the universe is interconnected and affects the chain. So they live their lives in love, affection, championing one another and other races.
So they look like lion anthropomorphic, like tiger things, huh?
Yes, physical characteristics. Lion felines are comparable to cats and lions on Earth. They have the blended features of a cat and human with larger eyes and cat pupils. Some have fur, slight fur, or peach fuzz. Both males and females have tails.
Garfield,
the alien.
Yes. There's a real world counterpart to Garfield, and he is one of these things.
Yeah, so maybe technically Garfield speaks without opening his mouth. He might be ascended.
He might be. See, Jim Davis knew, man.
Conscious dimensional capacity. Feline lions reside in the 4th to 6th densities, but can lower their vibration to interact with races in the 3rd. So we might be lucky enough one day to see our very own feline lion alien because they can fucking come into our dimension.
Oh, that's sweet of them.
And here's a picture. Here's an artist rendition of a fucking feline.
Yikes. Oh, don't like that.
Looks like shitty furry art.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking fursuit. Like that. It's not doing itself very many favors.
They just got a bad artist for that one. I bet you they look a lot more badass than that.
Yep. See, good art's important.
Next one, the Royal Dinoids. I'm just going to start with the physical characteristics because I think that's most interesting, and then we'll get into the cosmic agenda or their belief system. Okay?
Got it.
Physical characteristics. Male and female Royal Dinoids stand up 6 to 8 feet tall. They are said to be an old universal race, most likely hybridized over the centuries, upgraded to include the best traits and physical attributes of the dinosaur tribes.
Also goes against the rules of the religion, but okay.
Yes, their caste is ruled by a monarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Belief system. Royal Dinoids believe in the cosmic law of one. They assist those who are ready to become fully conscious, to rise up and out of their former sleeping selves and awaken to the universe and its magnificent kingdom of beings. So, when we start paying more attention to the cosmic law of one, perhaps the Royal Dinoids might be there to help us ascend.
So are they just like reptilians, but good?
They look more like dinosaurs.
Okay. Don't reptilians look like dinosaurs?
Reptilians look like lizards.
Yeah, and lizards look like dinosaurs.
Not necessarily. I mean, like picture. Okay, so like, yeah, reptilians look like a gecko, whereas dinoids look like different species of dinosaurs.
So similar, but not the same.
Right. They're both reptiles.
Yeah.
But one looks like a lizard and one looks like dinosaurs.
Yeah. So they're like reptilians, but good guys.
Yeah. But dinosaurs.
Okay. Fine.
I'm just trying to push that. I'm just trying to push the dinosaur thing. All right.
That's right. You were really into dinosaurs growing up, weren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Dinoids live in the 5th dimension, vibrating into the 6th. So they are in the 5th dimension, but they have the capacity to get to the 6th to break that threshold.
I see.
There you go.
So they're rising in the ranks.
Yeah. There you go.
I love the sweater vest. It literally is like a female woman sweater vest with like big old titties and just a dinosaur head, basically.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Going to this page here for you guys for your enjoyment are the vegans.
The vegans, huh?
Yeah. It's yes. It's spelled vegan, but you pronounce it vegan.
Sounds pretty convenient. But okay. What are they?
Physical characteristics. Vegans are indistinguishable from Earth humans. Women range from 5'5" to 6'4", and men from 6 to just over 7 feet. Skin colors are primarily white, golden, or brown, and as with all star nations, the populace is diverse in skin pigmentations. Vegan women are considered the most beautiful in the universe. They have a unique copper hair color distinct to their culture. Besides the normal range of eye colors, they have a shade of yellow unlike any other star nation.
I'm seeing a trend of beautiful women alien things, almost as if it was like a thirst trap for any wandering nerd who picked the book up.
Nah, man. It's just that they've ascended. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's no reason why they had every single flavor of, there's the one that can transform into anything. There's one that looks like a furry. There's one that's just straight up just like looks like a humanoid model. Like,
it's the same with the dudes. All the dudes are hot too, man.
Yeah, because this is I'll get more into my conclusion later, but I think you can see where I'm heading with this.
Yeah, you're just horny. All right. Belief system. Vegans believe in the cosmic law of one. They believe we are all a particle of God, of source, of the universe. We are all interconnected, and through interaction, we are the many operate the whole system. There's a typo there. We are
Yikes.
We are all points of consciousness that are linked to the universal mind. They also practice the law of love. They believe that love flowers from within, and law is how you interact with others. Vegans revere goddess energy and embrace the divine feminine.
Interesting. Nothing about dietary habits and stuff.
Let's see. No, cosmic agenda, technology, consciousness abilities, and dimensional capacity. Dimensional capacity. Vegans have multi-realm commandership. They are able to reassemble their physical bodies or any matter from one location to another. Light codes. Oh, that's the same one as the Syrians. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's almost like he copy pasted it or something.
It was copy pasted. It was the exact same paragraph. Look. Look at that. She's got no boobs though, dude.
Nope. That's weird. That's really weird. It's just like a female human face with just like a sexless body.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm here for it. All right, next one. Yep, next one. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. The Soul Czars is what these guys are called.
Sounds nerdy.
Physical characteristics. Soul Czars are giants, standing 12 to 15 feet tall. Males have very thin waists with muscular torsos, arms, and legs. Women's waists
we got our tomboys.
Women's waists are thin as well, with voluptuous breasts and slender arms. They are a hairless species and like to decorate their heads with jewelry and or a starry glowing gel. They move elegantly, almost as if gliding on air. Males are born with blue eyes and females with violet. They also have a hermaphrodite classification, and most interesting is one of their eyes will be blue and the other violet, a balance between masculine and feminine. They have been bred with human genomes, and their intellect is superior to most races. Yes?
Again, breaks more laws just inherently. But
you hate authority, I know. But look, here's the problem. When you create the laws, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's literally contradicting itself like several times, and all these characters are all thirst traps that hit every fetish you could possibly have. I find it very interesting that most of these races have either some sort of wide hips or big boobs in some form. That seems you'd imagine with the multitude of species that could exist in the universe, we wouldn't, I don't know, get ones that are something that we could nut to. That seems a little on the nose, if you ask me. And on top of that, the guy's fucking got typos.
You know what? You seem kind of mad about the whole big boobs thing and big hips, but what happened? Why aren't you mad about human ladies who have the same thing? Those are both good signs for bearing children.
Yeah, my point being is like this book, which is supposed to be an ascendant view of, beyond our humanity, seems pretty fucking grounded in humanity and just horniness.
Humanoids are similar. There's no getting around the fact that humanoids will be similar to humans because we're humanoids. Humanoids. You know what I mean?
It seems a little too on the nose for me, but go on.
Okay. Where was I? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Belief system. Soul Czars believe in the cosmic law of one. They believe in all, the oneness of every race, and that our home, the universe, is the most beautiful of homes. They believe in the invisible architect of the universe for this reason. If there is a God, then who created God?
Ooh.
Dimensional capacity. Soul Czars exist in 12 dimensions, and each density works in unison with the others. The higher dimensional light beings of the Soul Czar consciousness can enter lower dimensions in bodily forms by entering a soul vector suit, a temporary body designed to inhabit their souls. That's pretty fucking cool.
Okay. In terms of character concept, that's pretty sick. So it's like they just have they're just soul armor, basically.
Yes. It's like a vestibule. Look at this. There we go.
Whoa. So it looks like a gray, but more like, with like actual human eyes and a much bigger head.
Yeah, I wouldn't fap to him or her.
No. Yeah, there's some prominent cheekbones too.
Got some DSLs though. You see that?
DSLs?
And some dick sucking lips.
Yeah. The artist is definitely getting better if it's the same one from the other ones.
All right, next one. And this is a biggie. All right, this is a big one for everybody out there. We got, of course, the Pleiadians. We must discuss them. Physical characteristics, even though we've kind of been over this. Pleiadians are indistinguishable from Earth humans, although they are a bit taller. They appear Nordic, and females are 5'9" to 5'6", while males are 6'5" to 8 feet. Women are perfectly proportioned and beyond beautiful. Most men look like gods of old. They are muscular and chiseled, but there is no pretense about their looks. They live the perfection of the soul within and without. Some higher dimensional Pleiadians have uniquely colored eyes besides the normal blue, green, and brown. Those hues include aqua, teal, violet, pink, yellow, orange, or a combination of some of these colors.
And if you want more information on Pleiadians, episode 38 and episode 39 of our show, we have a big old two-parter on them.
Yeah. Belief systems. Pleiadians follow the cosmic law of one. They are spiritually advanced race. They are a spiritually advanced race that uses 100% of their brain capacity.
Wow.
They are egoless beings who have unified their heart. Egoless. That's big. Who have unified their heart and mind to work as one for the betterment of all universal kind. Unnecessary hyphen. They believe that since all intelligent life has a DNA RNA code, we share a common ancestry. We are all particles of the cosmos in its infinitesimal and grand state. They practice a unified field of trust, truth, and unconditional love, which reaches out to interact with every particle in the universe fabric of space-time. Okay, so we all know about Pleiadians. Basically, just what you need to know is they fucking do that shits. Now, here is a family portrait for you, Tasker.
Big old happy Pleiadian. This looks like the type of shit that's in like the videos my dad sends us.
Yeah, your dad's onto something good.
Nah, I disagree.
Look at that, dude. I don't even know which one I want to fuck, you know?
Yeah, they all look sure.
All right. Two more. The next one are the Bezonites. Okay. Physical characteristics. Male and female Bezonites are on average 5'5" to 6 feet tall. They have a thin insectoid body, 4 long, slender fingers with 3 joints and thumbs, and large aqua bee-like eyes, a human nose and mouth, and the ears of a small dog. Their skin is tan and smooth like soft leather. Belief system. Bezonites are master teachers of the cosmic law of one to other cultures who have just made their transformation from duality to fully conscious beings. All right. So if we can make it, we might be taught by bee people.
So what was B movie trying to say to us this whole time, huh?
I guess, dude. Jerry Seinfeld was onto something.
Yeah.
Their energetic connection between all living beings holds a respect like no other. They are known as benevolent sensitives. They are aware that all beings carry the entire history of the universe in their cells. Our interconnectedness to everything creates the living library of Akasha.
Akasha, huh?
Yeah. Dimensional capacity. It just says Bezonites have multi-realm commandership, meaning that they can go to multiple realms. That's all that means. So that means that they're high enough level spiritually to be able to change their vibration levels of will to transcend different dimensions. Okay.
So they're kind of like our Hermes of the Galactic Elite.
Right. They can just go in and out to the realms.
Oh, that Nick showed me the illustration. That looks horrifying.
You just hit the gym. You see those arms?
Like fucking toothpicks held together by glue.
And the last one, and probably one of the more important ones, and a race that I'm sure many of our listeners have heard of, the Venusians.
Mm-hmm.
Physical characteristics. Venusians are indistinguishable from Earth humans. Generally, women are 5'5" to 6'2", and men are 5'9" to 6'9". The women are exceptionally beautiful, and men are quite handsome, and their eye colors are more vibrant than on other worlds. They radiate love and peace, and they are clear and precise thinkers. Other races, including the Pleiadians, have said, quote, and this is an actual quote from a Pleiadian, quote, to be in the presence of a Venusian is to be in the presence of divinity in its true form, unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Belief system. Venusians believe in the cosmic law of one. They are master teachers of the very foundations of unconditional love, of the infinite I am that I am teachings. Their faith is in the all of everything created across the expanse of creation. They believe that everything is unified, that in this sea of energy, we are all droplets in the ocean of space. And when our rings of water, our vibrations, reach out to touch and affect those around us, it's either in a positive or negative way, depending on personal intent. That was a terrible sentence, man.
Professional author, by the way.
They know, look.
Oh, that's right. No, he's too busy doing casting calls and stuff and going nowhere with this career. But hey, at least he got his book out. At least you shipped your $20 his way.
Hey, man, I'm not a published author. I can't say shit. You know what I mean? I never even tried. So
fair point. I'll take that. Yeah, publishing a book is extremely difficult.
Especially with those scrutinizing eyes of MUFON. All right, they know that their constant evolving mind reconstructs every order of creation across a network of consciousness that spiritually affects and aligns all forms of life. Therefore, they are responsible for all their actions and perform their spiritual duties according to cosmic law. Ooh, that's a big cosmic agenda. I'm going to skip that. Let's go to their dimensional capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Venusians have multi-realm commandership. They're able to same thing as the other two. Copy and paste it. Basically, just know that they can A, move between dimensions, and B, they can transport shit.
Okay,
here you go.
Let's see.
Looks like Pamela Anderson, kind of.
Yeah, like a weird, like kind of creepy version, but she looks like an alien pretending to be Pamela Anderson. But so they're just the truck drivers of the Galactic Elite.
I guess so. Yeah, it wasn't super clear on what their belief system had a bunch of run-on sentences, and I didn't keep up, to be honest with you. But
yeah, what's the best way to phrase it? It's hard to care. I feel like it's just got so much more like what do you call it? Made up the more we went in. Like it was an interesting idea at first, I think. And I think it started off with some, interesting, like I said, I think with the relation to like Satanism and Wiccanism and like just overall magic casting and like the idea of spirituality. I think that was really cool and interesting. But like, dude, what the fuck are these like I said, they just feel either fetishized or it's just, to me, it feels like almost like a scuffed like Mount Olympus like story of gods and stuff. Like, instead of the gods, they're races and they just got their own bullshit.
Is it so hard for you to believe that super advanced, both physically and spiritually, beings in the universe would look better than us? A bunch of monkeys on planet Earth?
I also don't think they'd have fat fucking mommy milkers and hips and shit. And
whatever, man.
Be ripped and chiseled versions of us, like, interestingly, like, convenient. Like,
I'm just saying, it's not that much of a stretch. It is not that much of a stretch to think that races that are so much more advanced than us would look so much hotter than us. because they have the technology to do so. They have the nutrition to do so. They have the time to do so. I imagine jobs and money aren't a problem there, so nobody's all just chilling. They can all go on the treadmill whenever they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's under the implication that they were humanoid. They all look like us to begin with.
Yes, most of them did. Most of the ones that we talked about today are humanoids.
Okay, so that's just to say that every single extra dimensional creature that at least partakes in this particular religion just looks like hotter versions of us, basically, and we just kind of just missed the mark.
We're just behind, right? We're a newer race compared to a lot of these races, compared to all of them, actually. I mean, and we still need to evolve. We still need to ascend. They've already gone through all that shit. I'm pretty sure that, attractive people tend to breed with attractive people. So then I'm sure like in millions of years in their history ago, we were all kind of on the same page. But now they've kind of, think of it as like a cuter version of fucking I'm having a fucking brain fart. You know what I mean? A cuter, less direct version of eugenics. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
There we go. I knew I could dig it out.
Good job. Well, what about non-humanoids? How come none of them are brought up ever?
Because we don't see them a lot and we don't relate with them a lot too.
So we just go and rip their souls out and let them go to dust because we can't relate to them because they don't look human.
We don't do that. Look, if a royal dinoid decides to decides to go against the cosmic law of one, that's his fault. That's their problem. Let the Celestials or whoever take care of that.
Yeah. See, to me, this just sounds like a galactic, like, genocide. Like, it sounds like, it's just an excuse to just be tyrants and just rule with an iron fist. This doesn't sound like any peace, love, ascendant religion. This sounds like a manifesto. This sounds like a sort of a declaration of join us or be destroyed. This sounds terrifying and this sounds evil. This sounds scary.
Then just be cool, man. Like all the laws are telling you to be groovy, and if you're not being groovy, then you're gonna die. But why would you not want to be groovy anyway? So you're probably gonna be fine.
I don't like that. I don't like that. You're groovy, but if you groove one little vibration less, it's soul death for you into the void. And we're not even just gonna kill you. We're gonna make sure that there's no afterlife for you either. Like that's villainous.
It's efficient.
It's galactic genocide. I think this book is full of shit. I think this religion is garbage, and I think it's incorrect. I think it was completely made up by this casting director, because of what right does he have to really speak on this and to act like, this is how it actually is?
I understand your concern. I get it. Tasker, we've talked about this in the past. I know that you being raised as Catholic has put a lot of things in you, right? A lot of hatreds towards these types of dogmatic situations. What's the difference between, what's the difference between a soul death and going to hell for eternity? At least with a soul death, you don't have to suffer in hell for eternity. You know what I mean?
That's a tough pitch, man. That is a tough pitch.
But that's a realistic pitch. It's the only one I got, baby. It's either look, I think for the betterment of the podcast and for our relationship, we should start trying to abide by the cosmic law of one.
I disagree. I think if my way of dealing with myself and my spirituality lines up with it, great. But that'll be purely by coincidence.
But see, if it lines up, even by coincidence, you're not going to die. So you don't have nothing to worry about. You don't have to criticize anything. Apparently the cosmic law of one has worked for a long time. So something must be going right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But, and yet at the same time, we're too primitive to be, joined into the Federation. So if with the Galactic Federation of Light, they're basically they're a theocracy. They're run by religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Separation of church and state, bitch. I ain't about it.
First of all, we've never actually experienced that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
true.
we don't get to say anything. We're not dead yet.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be dead in their hands either. In fact, they would still have our best interest at heart. Okay. Remember, you won't die unless you're being not groovy.
All right, so I could get behind the like the Bill and Ted like be groovy to one another. So if that's gonna be our takeaway from this, I can accept. But the whole caveat of soul death seems a little much, and all these species seem like kind of a couple of them. Okay, they're known entities, and I know like Pleiadians, Venusians, and all them are kind of like, this isn't the only case in which we've talked about them. The fucking Beezonites, you got to be fucking kidding me, dude. That sounds totally made up.
It's not made up. You saw a drawing of it. First off,
bee person. I could literally just draw right now an alien based off of a fish I used to own, and just say that it's anybody can do it. It's ridiculous.
Not everybody can do it, man. Like you saw how good that
it was oozing with talent. That book is just dipped in it.
And also, you can't make up the fact that they're master teachers of the cosmic law of one. They're very important in the cosmic law of one, man. And those the sooner that you can wrap your head around that, the sooner we can start getting our fucking species on the right path. Because it's people like you that are blocking our ability to do this type of shit. And then I'm still waiting. I want to get into the Galactic Federation in my lifetime. And you're making this very difficult.
I'm gonna drink the fucking Kool-Aid, dude. It sounds like just a bunch of brainwashing and just like drinking what they're giving you and staying compliant and, eating the pills that they gave you every single morning and stuff like that. This sounds like straight brainwashing regime of genocidal psychopaths who want everybody to be assimilated.
Assimilation sometimes is for the greater good. All right. I hate to take a utilitarian stance on it, but I fucking said it. All right.
Yeah. The fact that you had to take a utilitarian stance and the fact that Hitler was very accurately, brought up as examples.
Look, man,
twice.
Why the fuck are you bringing him up a third time? I don't think that's a coincidence that there's 3 Reichs and you fucking brought him up 3 times.
You seem to be getting a little agitated, Nick. Almost like I'm onto something here. Like they're no better than Nazi Germany, just on a galactic level.
How dare you say that about beings that are trying to better the entire universe, dude? Just by getting rid of a few people that are different from us.
maybe the Greys and the reptilians are actually the good guys here, and that the Galactic Federation of Light are the ones pulling the strings and trying to make us afraid for our lives.
Are you kidding me, dude? Look, when I've never been abducted, but from all of the stories I've heard about, I never once heard a story about somebody being abducted by Pleiadians and getting rammed in the butt by multiple different medical objects. But that's exactly what happens when you get fucking abducted by Greys.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's not a whole lot of basis I can really confirm nor deny. How do you know it wasn't the Galactic Federation of Light disguised as Greys?
Because how are they going to do that? What is this, the master of disguise?
Are you fucking kidding me? You just said one of them can straight up turn into anything they want. They can take any physical form they want to.
Any astral form or any of their previous physical forms, which would still be humanoid.
And yet there's the ones that genetically modified themselves, which goes against one of their core beliefs anyways, of thou shalt not modify thyself and splice the genes, but like whatever, because they're in charge. So who's to say if they couldn't change their whole species, who's to say they couldn't fucking cobble together some sort of hologram or some sort of fake gray reptilian and then just probe people in the butt, because they're not afraid to soul death you. I'm sure a little bit of probing ain't too much off the table.
I know that they're real gray. I know that they're real grays because of the ships that they're in are clearly gray ships and not Pleiadians light ships, dog. And look, when a Pleiadian abducts you, that you have sweet, consensual, orgasmic sex with a beautiful lady or man, right? Sounds like a fucking it sounds like a groovy time. When you get abducted by a gray, it's like you just met a trucker named Mike at like a rest area in the middle of Montana, and he's pounding your ass with a plunger.
I think aliens I think they all just need to fuck off. I think they're trying to push their shit on us a little too hard.
I think that you need to open up your mind, dude. You've been taking showers. You haven't been drinking your lemon juice. I know you, dude.
Yeah. Well, I've been having herbal tea. Does that do anything?
What are you using? Tap water?
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. We've talked about this, bro.
Oh boy. So it's just another classic case of one step forward and two steps back, huh?
Yeah, look, I'm happy that you're doing the whole sleeping schedule thing. That's very good. I'm happy you're not drinking as much, but now you're
Yeah.
really fucking it up. All right, you're dropping the ball. You're using tap water for your tea, and you're taking showers.
Well, it seems to me like my lack of drinking has just all it's done is just reaffirmed the clarity of my original decision of like this is bull honky. This is some very, enthusiastic casting call director wrote a cool book on something he is very passionate about, and I think that's as far as it goes.
You can't prove that it's not true.
And you can't prove that it is.
Exactly. But I have a book here, and you don't have a book that just
You fucking, what was I thinking? You definitely got me there, huh?
I have a book saying why it's true. You don't have a book saying why it's not true, right? So I technically have one step at like one foot above you on this.
That's like me saying that you should not drink water anymore because it's toxic to you because I have this pamphlet in my hand. Just because there's literature doesn't mean it's absolute true. Question authority, man.
That I know you're into that, and I get it. But sometimes you just have to assimilate, lay down, and take it for the betterment of fucking mankind. Okay.
Oh, can I quote you on that?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta lay down and take it for the betterment of mankind.
Yeah.
Quote.
I would do it. Look, if I was in a situation where I was given an ultimatum, like, look, we want to let you guys into the Galactic Federation, but you're a bunch of you're 8 billion assholes, right? Except for you. And I'm like, yeah, understandable. I'm totally perfect. So if a Pleiadian or somebody came up to me and was like, let's let you in, but you have to prove your loyalty and be molested by a reptilian.
Yeah.
I would do it.
This is, what this reminds me of is that that video of like the reading of that one story of the Shrek is love, Shrek is life, where he's like obsessed with like Shrek and his dad grounds him, and then the smell of onions permeates the room as Shrek enters and says and whispers into his ear, "This is my swamp," and proceeds to have very violent anal sex with him.
Yeah,
that's what this sounds like. And I think if you're into that, I think, like I said, it's a
I'm
fucking
not
fetish
into
thing.
anything. I'm not like into it. I said I would sacrifice my butt for us to get into the Galactic Federation. I'm not seeking a relationship with a reptilian.
But it sounds like, you already got all the mental faculties to sort of, deal with that. Oh, if I must,
like, yeah. Hold me back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Twist my arm. Good Lord. So no, I don't believe in any of this. I am not convinced. I think this is stupid. Cosmic Law 1. If you are, if there's some dude, or some girl, who's like, you've been doing seances, or, you've been maybe doing a little casting, maybe doing a little tarot reading, doing a little, herb splicing or whatever. And, they break out the cosmic law of 1. It's time to get the fuck out, because you're about to get conned. You're about to either lose all your money. You're either going to become a sex slave or just complete mind slave to this rando. So get out. Be safe.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at it cynically like that, go for it. I think if you're somewhere and they break out this book and they talk about it, listen to what they have to say. Maybe start following some of the rules. You know what I mean? If not for the betterment of humanity, for the betterment of yourself.
Yeah, space Mormonisms. That is all this is space Mormonism. And that's how I feel.
Well, at least I'll tell you what, buddy. I disagree, because at least with Mormonism, I can tell you around the date when it was created. I don't have proof disproving this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little convenient. It's almost like they learned from the mistakes of their predecessors.
Whatever, man. I know that you're look. There's a little pineal gland just barely hanging on to life in there. But hopefully one day you'll really be able to absorb this information I'm telling you, and we can
Yeah, we could both get butt fucked by a reptilian together for the sake of vibrations.
Oh, fuck it, whatever, man.
Ugh. Well, that was eye-opening.
I'm glad. See?
Not shut the fuck up. Oh my God. I can't believe this. I just can't believe stuff like this is in circulation. No, actually, I can. There's far worse things out there too.
Yeah, see, it could be worse, man. At least this one's trying to help you.
Yeah, I guess as long as it helps you as long as you're willing to get on board with an intergalactic regime. But sure, whatever floats your goat.
It's better to be on a cool intergalactic regime that is at least somewhat benevolent to its practitioners than to be on like a shitty political regime on Earth where we have no escape.
Yeah, better to follow the evil guys who have the better chance of winning than do things for the sake of good.
Yes. I have no moral qualms with that. I want to live.
You know who also said that?
Who? Don't say it, man. Don't say it because that's almost a handful.
The people of Nazi Germany. You know, all the people who didn't do anything. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! So now you're gonna blame a whole fucking country for one man's doings.
It was not one man's doings.
Okay, three guys' doings. You're gonna blame. No. You're gonna do that.
No, I think, and they even talked about this in even our modern day with the whole bullshit going on with like Trump and January 6th of this weird collective, like,
that was fake
hysteria. It was.
Oh, the Capitol riots.
The riots themselves you think was faked?
Oh, dude, easily a paid fucking. Those were paid actors, and it was fucking the Democrats. It was Bill and Hillary Clinton who paid for that, right?
That's scraping the bottom of the barrel there. That's literally using every easy explanation you could possibly have.
So how come everybody who rioted looked like actors and they were so beautiful? Like, why was that, dude?
I don't think that's true at all.
Well, it's subjective, but I think that's the general consensus.
Get out of there. So no, Cosmic Law 1 bullshit. Be careful who's conning you. Be careful of who's trying to lure you into things. But I mean, hey, as long as you're having a good time and you don't feel like you're being taken advantage of, sure.
Join us, man. Just join us.
Yeah. But the real question that comes up now is Count Chocula would probably go into the category of the the evil one, the counter one, right?
Oh, most definitely. All for self-service and maliciousness. And yeah, dude, if he wasn't so powerful, the Celestials would probably soul death him, but he can't. He's too powerful.
Yeah, I wonder too if maybe he's unsoul deathable because maybe he's like sacrificed his own soul for the immortality. So it's the whole I don't have to fear the afterlife if it never comes, right?
Maybe that's a good point, man.
Yeah, it's like I can't lose the video game if I just pause it. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting concept, but
he's got nothing to lose.
Exactly. And that was one of the things we stumbled across of, does he have a soul? Because when it comes to like combating something like this, you can't always win by physical means because there's also, what if he's mastered like that reincarnation or something like that when he'll just come back stronger and we won't be here to stop him.
See, I think that's another reason we should do this. I think this is another reason we have to fold and we have to put our ethics aside and join in order for us to be protected from when we do encounter him.
Unfortunately, it wouldn't hurt to have some help. It wouldn't hurt to have some allies in this situation. And that might be something we might dabble in to see because, with this, the menace that we're dealing with, it gets worse and worse. And I think right now his efforts are he knows we found enough countermeasures where I think he's just trying to keep us blocked and kind of filibustered until, we just die of old age because, he's been around for a real long time.
Yeah. Yep. And we're just all fiddle fucking around, sitting around without, with our thumbs up our asses, not doing anything about it. So he's winning. Yeah,
for now he is, but we're gonna try to turn those tides. Obviously, Count Chocula episode's still in the works. It's taken a lot longer than we expected, but it's going to be coming soon, and it's going to be just mind-numbingly potent. But if you're listening on iTunes, if you could 5-star rate and review, that'd be super dandy and helpful. Spotify, you can click the follow button. We have new episodes every single Wednesday. Our Instagram is at CEOTPK. Our YouTube is Close Encounters of the Podcast Kind. Our Twitter is at CEOTPK1. Our TikTok is at CEOTPK. If you're on Facebook, you could go to facebook.com/CEOTPK or just search Close Encounters of the Podcast Kind. All these links and all the links that are going to be coming are all on that page. Make it easy for yourself. Don't type it in. Just click it. You can email us at ceotpk1@gmail.com. Our Discord is discord.gg/lowercase b, number 6, capital T, C, capital T, number 5, capital M, capital X. If you feel the need to donate, we have coffee, ko-fi.com/CEOTPK. Any donations are appreciated. Just goes right into our hosting, and it's super helpful and handy. But, we're just happy that you're listening. In fact, if you really want to help, I would say just get a friend to listen.
Yeah, spread the word because we have some truth for you.
That's our new podcast theme song.
Yeah, do you like my super flat singing?
Beautiful.
Yeah, guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed this little trek back into the stars. And we were something alien related, something that maybe we could all learn from today. Maybe not the genocide part. I will concede a bit on that, but
it may have been like a super kind of not cool thing that they're doing. So we'll see.
But the nine laws are something you can follow. Better yourself, and just do that.
It's not all bad, I think, is what you're trying to say.
Right. And also non-believers, whatever, they can die. So
yeah, that's a hard follow-up after genocide. But yes, thank you all for listening. We appreciate y'all sticking around. Glad to be back into Aliens. Glad to, get some conflict on the show again. I feel like me and Nick have been a little too nice to each other lately. So yeah, it's good stuff. Happy to do it. And we will catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, look, whether you guys are going to get taught by the Bezonites or by the Celestials when you finally start doing the Cosmic Law of One, the truth is out there.
Or more likely that you'll look for the door when you realize that the cool goth boy is actually a psychopath because it's not. There is a real counter, what do you call it? Shit. Oh my God, what?